Hey guys, it's August, and welcome to the final episode of Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones. Since this is the final episode, I decided to go ahead and record some commentary, because it also gives me a chance to talk about some other stuff, and like my opinions of the units and how I think they turned out. Although this does have commentary, it is post-commentary because I'm still having some problems recording commentary with Game Boy Advance emulators. Hopefully I find a fix for it because there are a lot of games on the Game Boy Advance I would love to play. But anyway, let's get into the topic of this episode, which is the extra features. There are 4 extra modes in the game. The first one here is map. Going to the map allows you to go to the map and just fight, monsters, do the Tower of Valny, like our runes, simple as that. Next on this menu is the support conversations, which I didn't really show off, but support conversations give you a bit of backstory about the characters, and it also gives the characters a boost if they're close to each other. In this menu on the main screen, you can actually see every character in the game and watch any of the support conversations you've had in any file. So as you see for Franz here, I've got 2, for Guillermo I had 3, Mulder's got 3 as well. I think Erica only had 1, which is kind of bad. But yeah, I won't be showing these off because they take way too much time. But yeah, you can view them, you can go through all the characters, it's pretty awesome. I do like support conversations, they're one of my favourite features in Fire Emblem. Next we have the sound mode, which, as you can guess, lets you listen to the tunes in the game. For some reason I'm actually missing some songs, I don't know why. I've played through the game multiple times, so down there 61 and 65, I don't know. I should really look that up. But yeah, you can listen to any songs, you can also put it on random and just go through any of them if you want. So yeah, there are some pretty good tunes there. Combat Preparations there is actually it actually got into Brawl as well, so that's pretty cool. I think it's the only song in this game that got into Brawl, but I could be wrong. One problem with doing stuff in post-commentary is that I would like to be done by now. yeah. Now the main thing of this video will be the Link Arena. I love the Link Arena, it is so fun. The idea of the Link Arena is that you create small teams of units and battle them against each other. Each team has 5 units in it, and I'll be showing 2 matches in this video with a whole range of units. This first team is going to have mainly cavalry, which is why I started off with Ephraim, and Ephraim turned out fantastically in this file. Ephraim always turns out well. I don't find that weird at all. Next in this team is Franz, who Franz turned out okay. A lot of people consider him to be one of the best cavalry units in the game, but my Franz kind of sucked. My Ford is better than him. And Kyle is pretty bad as well. Kyle is pretty bad, but I suppose Kyle is pretty good defense. And I actually wanted to have Orson in this team as well, because Orson is kind of like the, he's part of Ephraim's cavalry unit. But apparently you can't use special units, and I didn't actually know that. So I went with Seth, he turned out pretty well. Usually in Fire Emblem, units that you get that are already promoted, they tend to suck. But yeah, Seth actually turned out pretty well. And I called it Rohirrim from Lord of the Rings, but I don't know how to spell it at all. The next team is going to be... What is the next team? It's going to be the mage units. My mages turned out so well in this game. LRKel on his maxed out stats, so did Lute, so did Tasha. They're all women, which I'm not surprised about at all, because the men kind of sucked in this playthrough. Is not bad, his defense is kind of low, but what can you expect from a mage, right? And Mulder, his defense and resistance are terrible. I'm actually generally surprised. This is one of the first times I've actually used Mulder in a file, but his resistance is really, really low. Of course, he wins standing up for the men in the team. He's a badass and all that. Oh yeah, and Noel with his terrible speed and defense and gets doubled by everything. I'm just coming up with just random names here, so don't worry. The first thing that came into my head, I don't even know how I came up with this. It just happened. Noel's our us, yeah. The next team is going to be... What is the next team? Oh, of course, it's the Axes team and the Bows. I decided to throw them both in the same category. In this team we have Garrick, who turned out very well. Naomi, who despite her terrible start in my playthrough, actually turned out to be a real good unit. I also put Innis in there. Innis is actually, like Mulder, this is one of the first times I've actually used Innis. And he did turn out pretty well, although he did need like 3 promotional items or something, which is pretty bad, but whatever. I think I'm actually looking for, what's his name? I can't even think of his name right now. Garcia. Yeah, I'm looking for Garcia right now, because he's an axe and bow guy, and yeah, it took me a while to find him. Yeah, but Garcia turned out pretty well, despite his really low speed. But he has enough defense to survive. And Ross, of course, because Ross is an absolute badass, and always is. I've got my drink here, which is... currently it is Coke Zero. Not my favourite, I would prefer having like vanilla Coke or something, but I'm all out, so I have to go to the reserve. Yeah, I'll be making 6 teams, so I was thinking of cutting this out, but yeah, like I said, it gives me a good chance to talk about my units. This team is going to be the Flyers. First we have Cormag, who actually kind of disappointed me. Cormag has really low defense in this file for some reason. He usually turns out... Cormag usually maxes like most of his stats, so I'm a little surprised and a little, you know, upset about that. But what can you do, I guess? Next was Vanessa. Vanessa actually turned out really well, and Tana turned out really well as well, so... Once again, the women are represented in this file. Of course, not Seren. Like I said before, units that you get that are already promoted tend to kind of suck, and Seren kind of fit into that category. Like, Seth turned out pretty well, but not Seren, that's for sure. And I'm looking for another fly to fit in. Of course, I can't use like Glenn or Volta because, you know, I can't use special units. So, I decide to go with... Colm, because why not? And Colm turned out pretty well too. Although his skill is actually surprisingly low. Although, maybe that's not too surprising for Colm. I think he does tend to have pretty good strength but low skill. For a thief, that is. So now that I've done like my main sort of, you know, grouping of units, I'm just going to put random units together for this next one. Which is why I'm going with Marissa. Wait, did I actually show Marissa's stats off? I don't think I did, huh? Marissa, like, maxed strength, skill, and speed. She's an absolute beast in this file, I'm not even kidding. She turned out so well. That's why I actually... Yeah, I gave Marissa the, what is that called? I gave it, like, that, scroll thing that raises their maturity. And for anyone wondering what that scroll actually does, all it does is raise the, like, the percentage stat growth, like, slightly, I think. So, for example, I don't know the right amount, but, like, if a unit, like, you know, has a 50% chance to raise their stat, it may go up by 5, so it'll be 55 instead. So it's really good to use it on a unit who is, like, really low level, so they get the most out of it. I just use it on Marissa, because, like, you know, what the hell, I might as well, but... Instead, you use it on a unit you like, right? And I have no idea who else to put in that team, because I was not paying attention. I think I put Rennick in there, because Rennick, you know... Rennick kind of sucks, but what can you expect? Rennick is probably the worst unit in the game, to be honest. I think I put Dozler in there as well, and I put Dozler in this team as well. I don't know why. Maybe because maybe he's just that awesome. It's actually kind of funny. I forgot to put Dustler in a team. That's probably why, like, if I didn't put Dozler in there, I could have put a Dustler in there either. I actually come back later on and fix that by getting rid of Rennick. So I still have 2 Dozlers and no Rennick, but whatever. I'm not complaining at all. So here's actually the mode of the game. Once you've made your teams, you select 4 of them, and battle commences. I'm going to speed this up because this takes forever to do, I'm not even kidding. But basically what happens is, from the bottom, it goes in a anti-clockwise fashion rather, and each team selects a unit and a unit they want to attack. From a strategic standpoint, it would be best for me to attack the mages, I think. I don't want to attack the archers at the top, because they are going to be the only ones who can really take down the flyers on the left. And the mages would be my main competition. Of course, as you see, the archers have a completely different idea here and going straight for the mages. And Colm is being a badass as usual. I doubt Colm will go down anytime soon. I'm actually trying to take down some of the flyers here, but they just absolutely destroy me. That's why I was trying to save, hopefully the archers go after them. Of course, Ewin's kind of screwing that up because Ewin is an absolute beast. Ah, poor Seth, poor Seth. At least he survived, right? Ah, not anymore. Seth is the first to die on the Rohirrim. One problem with actually having a team like this is that I have no idea who is who. Like, I seriously have, I think I have like 3 paladins on my team. I have 3 paladins and 1 great knight. Maybe I should have had Dussel instead of Seth. Dussel is like amazingly good defense in this playthrough. Wow, my team is absolutely getting destroyed here. No, stop attacking me! Seriously! Attack someone else. Damn it, Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa actually... I'm actually very proud of how Vanessa turned out in this file. One thing I've noticed is that my units kind of sucked. Like in this playthrough. Like, there have been some which turned out really, really well, but a lot of them turned out like less than average. At least lower than I've, usually have them in the past. That was actually Sure Strike that Naomi just got there, which means that she'll hit 100%. Attacking your friend, Colm. How nice. At least the mage is going down as well. Honestly, if I had to bet on someone, I would bet on the mages to win this. But as you see, I would have lost my money completely because they're down to 2 units, so... It's at this point that I was like, screw it, I need to kill the flies on the left because they're going to give me the biggest trouble if they stay alive. Of course, everyone's against Ford. Thankfully, Cormag is like slow enough to not be able to double him. And I have Ephraim on my team. Ephraim will probably be my one saving grace because he is a complete badass. Yeah, but it looks like it. I am alone against the world. Oh, I should probably explain what the damn points are. There are 2 kind of modes in this game. One is called Survival, which is what we're doing now. In Survival, the team that has 1 unit left at the end wins. That's it. It doesn't matter if they have 2 points at the end, they still win. The other mode is actually points, which means that the team with the most points win. So even if a team gets knocked out straight away, as long as they have the most points, they'll win, so yeah. Cormag did so much freaking damage. He completely, demolished loot there. Yeah, and Garrett doing 50 damage to the, flies. Imagine if that was a critical hit, he would completely blow them out of the sky. It would be like a cannon. Yeah, since Loot is probably the one that could do the most damage to me, I decided to get her out of the way now. And due to the stupid AI, I guess, they are all going after Garrick because he's a bow and he can't counterattack. So that's actually really, really helping me out. Yeah, Ephraim, take him down, take him down. With your amazing lance. That really has got to hurt. At least Cormac should be able to stand up to it because he's got so much defense. Oh, well, actually, no, he has terrible defense, so... Excuse me about that. Come on, Cormac, attack Ross. No, don't attack me. I can't believe that Ephraim survived this long. Ephraim is a complete badass. But of course, Cormac decides, to be an ass and attack me instead. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And there we go, guys. The Rohirrim fall valiantly. And here's the leaderboard for the end. The mages died first. They were my bet as well, so... But whatever. So yeah, I just cut out my, fumbling around where I, put Dussel on a team. And got rid of Rennick. Instead of getting rid of Dosler, so whatever. So yeah, I'm switching the victory condition to points. And I'm putting on hide units. Hide units is actually really, really fun. As you'll see in a second. For this team, I'm just going with the Murkies Mark II, which is the team with Dussel on it. And I put in the Mercenaries, since they won last time. I put in the other extra team that I made, the rest. And last but not least, I put in Now, who did I put in last? Oh, that's right. I put in the mages because I wanted them to win at least once. So yes, my current team has Marissa, Dosler, Dussel, and who else? I can't actually see. Is that Joshua? Yeah, it would be Joshua, wouldn't it? And Erica. There you go. Joshua is another unit that turned out pretty average. I don't think he even maxed his strength or skill. I think he maxed his speed. Or it might be the other way around. He might have maxed his strength and not his skill or speed, so. But yeah, I was a little disappointed. Although I'm very proud of how Marissa turned out. She turned out to be an absolute beast. And look at this. Arta has... Arta's light magic is good against Ewen's dark, but he did no damage at all to him. Arta, I'm depressed. Go away now. Yeah, you take care of him. Yeah, the rest got absolutely destroyed in this match. I'm not surprised since that's the reject team. But I was still a little upset. Yeah, go Dussel. One thing I love about Dussel is his sprites, the blood, the black and red. He should be called a blood barrel. I am a little sad that you can't actually use special units. Because I would have loved to have a Lion. A team of Lion and Volta and Glenn. And who else? Not Reeve. Reeve kind of sucks. Not Selena. She kind of sucks too. Fado. Fado is a really awesome unit. I noticed that when I was doing the lagged out rooms, but Fado is just a complete badass. He just wrecked things so much. At least Joshua, despite being, not maxing a lot of his stats, still has turned out pretty well. And here's Mulder, the kind of magic user. Another magic user in this team is actually in this playthrough is actually what's his name? Soler. I don't know if Soler is actually in this match or not. If he got knocked out, I'm not really paying that much attention to him. But yeah, that's another pre-promoted unit that kind of sucked. But what can you expect, I guess? Of course, my centerpiece for this team is now Erica. But thankfully, Marissa should actually hold out for a while, even if I do lose Erica. So, and I have Joshua too, who is a complete badass, despite not maxing his stats. I do love Joshua. He's one of my favorite units in this game. And here's Noel, who is actually doing a lot of damage. I'm surprised, despite how much low defense he has and how low speed. That's why I was I have to get rid of him right now. And Marissa did quite a good job of that. I should also mention that, as you probably have noticed, I've given every unit the kind of best weapons they could use. I was considering giving them all iron weapons, but I figured that since weapon levels do take an important part, they should have the best that they can use. So, if a unit had an A in a weapon, they would get a silver sword, or a silver axe, or a silver bow. If they had a B, I just gave them a killer, which is a C actually. And if they had a C, they had a killer. The reason I gave them a killer if they had a B is because the B weapon is actually a brave sword or brave lance and stuff, which attacks twice. So a unit can actually attack 4 times in one turn, which I figured would be a little bit unfair. Killer weapons are pretty unfair themselves because they have a super high critical rate. But I decided to go ahead with, just giving them anyway. If they had a D, they would get a steel, and if they had an E, which I don't think any of my teams had, they would get an iron, but yeah. That's pretty much how I did the weapons. So yeah, this team is wrapping up. The mage has actually survived a lot longer in this team, and managed to wipe out Marissa, which I'm very sad about. And the other surviving team, of course, is the Adby-Axe team, which won last round. Come on, Lou, take down Garrick. Yeah, look at this. My axe and my team fighting each other. What a way to end, right? What a way to end. And I won! Hooray! But I didn't win. The mages won this round, like I thought they would. The reason I didn't win is because that was a points round, and I didn't have the most points. But anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of, more of these battles in the future, then just let me know and I'll put some more together for you guys. With more crazy unit combinations. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I hope to see you in my future LPs. See you then.